What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again. Got another discussion video for you today, the topic being knife designers. Now, I do not own any custom knives or any mid-techs, but I do have a whole lot of production knives, and a lot of those knives are designed by popular knife makers, knife designers. So this is not by any means an all-inclusive list. This is just me talking over some of the designers I have and some of their strengths and weaknesses. But as always, guys, in these discussion videos, especially this one, tell me what kind of knife designs you like, what knife designers you really gravitate towards, and ones you tend to stay away from. So I'm just going to kind of go over each of these designs pretty quickly. This is the CRKT Jettison, designed by Robert Carter. Pretty unfamiliar with him as a designer. I'm looking to get more from him in the future, but this is definitely different from a whole lot of knives I have. Thin handle, different ergonomics than I'm used to, but I'm still carrying this one, putting it through the paces so I can get a review on it. So I don't want to comment too much on that one, but definitely different from a lot of things I have. Rick Hinderer, anyone in the knife world knows who he is, and anyone in the knife world knows what knife this is. This is the Cryo 2. The Cryo series from Kershaw has been extremely popular, and for good reason. I think it brings a whole lot of cool things into the community. And Rick Hinderer's knives, his custom knives, are very well accepted. Got some really hard use designs, and I think this brings some Hinderer aspects like the lock bar stabilizer and the certain shape of the handle, this beefy drop point, to a more budget audience. So Rick Hinderer, is he my favorite designer? No, but I think he brings some cool things to the table. Another one that I've been introduced to as of recently is Les George. He's been doing some stuff with the ZT and Kershaw. I actually like his designs more than I thought I would. They're a little bit funky, and they've proven to be good users. I don't think they're not the coolest looking things in the world, but I think Les George designed his knives for more use rather than aesthetic appeal. So there's another one to think about. Michael Janek. He is a world-renowned self-defense expert, and this Yojimbo 2 is intended for that purpose. Now, because I don't use this knife for that purpose, this is just a utility tool to me, as all my knives are really. I think he brings a certain tactical element to the discussion, along with Emerson, which we'll get to after this one. Michael Janek designs, or he's kind of the pioneer, I guess, of the Wharncliffe in a self-defense setting. So that's something cool to have in your collection. Emerson, as mentioned, you could argue he's the king of tactical knives, where this Kershaw-Emerson collaboration really brings some of his designs. The Wave feature, the G10, the solid locking liners that are actually really tough compared to a lot of liners. Emerson designs are very easily recognizable, whether it be based on something he designed or something like these where they're a little bit different and smaller than some of his original designs. But Emerson, I think he's got some cool stuff for sure. Kind of mixed feelings on him in the knife community, I've heard. I don't know a whole lot about the controversy. Another one that I'm pretty new to is Jens Onzo. This is actually my absolute favorite knife right now. It's kind of different, but it reminds me a lot of Ken Onion, where you have some flowing designs, great ergonomics. So I'm really excited to get some more Onzo designs in my collection, because this knife is near perfect for me. I can't wait to do a review on that one. A guy that's been in the knife world for a very long time, it seems like, is Todd Record. He does a whole lot of stuff with Kershaw, with ZT, and obviously he's got his custom knives that are actually well sought after. I think he's very famous for his clean lines. You can tell in this Injection 3.5 that it's a classy design. It's nice and refined, and I kind of like that in a folding knife. So if it's designed by Rexford, I'll probably enjoy it. I'm looking to get an Amplitude fairly soon, if you guys are aware of that one. One that I'm completely unfamiliar with is the designer of this CRKT Deviation. I believe his name's Terry Renner. I try to do a little bit of background on him, but he just doesn't make a whole lot of knives that I'm very interested in, and I don't think he's got a whole lot of collaborations with companies either. But you can see that this knife is kind of one of a kind as far as my collection goes. I don't have anything similar to this one, so it's kind of an oddball piece, but one that I'm happy I have. Now let's get to one of my absolute favorite designers, and that's Ken Onion. very organic, flowing designs. Not a whole lot of straight edges in any knife that he's produced. Seems like a lot of them fit your hand like a glove, and they're great users. I can make a whole video on Ken Onion knives and how much I enjoy using them and carrying them. And this Outrage, just like, you know, the other 7 knives I have designed by Ken Onion are, they're ones I really enjoy carrying throughout the day, and they don't leave a whole lot for me to desire in a pocket knife. One that you guys probably are familiar with is Dmitry Sienkiewicz. She's done a couple things with Kershaw, quite a few things with ZT. And this is probably not the best example because a lot of his knives, like I mentioned in the unboxing of this 0456, are slender. They're slim. They're pretty elongated, like the Kershaw Nura 3.5 or the, I'm going to loosen numbers here. I'm not even going to attempt it. Some of the more slender designs from ZT. And this is kind of a fat, chubbier knife. So I wouldn't even guess that this was designed by Sienkiewicz, but he's a very popular designer. I think he's out of Belarus. And lastly, let's end with, of course, Eric Glesser from Spyderco. Sal Glesser, the owner's son. Oh man, you cannot beat this guy in ergonomics. This is not the coolest looking knife in the world. But like most Spydercos, or almost all Spydercos, they're meant to be used, not meant to be looked at. And I definitely think this Manix 2 lightweight is the case. So both Eric and Sal Glesser have some similar design elements, and they make great users as well. So guys, like I said, tell me, what are your favorite designers? I mean, do you guys gravitate towards certain ones? Do you not really care? Do you prefer in-house designs where there's not one guy's name, you know, all over the knife? And like I said, this is not an all-inclusive list where this is covering all designers, just some of the ones that I've really enjoyed talking about. So thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to have fun with your knives.